Welcome to Blind Abilities. I'm Jeff Thompson. In this new series, we're going to be exploring organizations of the blind and visually impaired. In the United States, we have two major organizations, the American Council of the Blind and the National Federation of the Blind. And to explore this, we're going to take a look at the state and chapter levels as well as the national level of each organization. First of all, we're going to start out in Pennsylvania. We have Harriet Go, and she is the president of the Keystone Chapter. And Harriet will be talking about what the chapter does, how they thrive, and give back to their community. Harriet also gives us a peek into their upcoming talent show called Believe You Can. Coming up on October 17th, an all-inclusive virtual event I'm sure you would not want to miss. Our next show, we will have Janet Dickelman, and she is a member of the ACB, the American Council of the Blind of Minneapolis. Janet will talk about her chapter, what they do in their community, and about the national level and their upcoming convention in January of 2021. So stay tuned to this series and learn more about the organizations of the blind and visually impaired. And now, let's turn it over to Pennsylvania. We have Simon Bonenfant interviewing Keystone Chapter President Harriet Go. We hope you enjoy.
It's called Believe You Can. So this talent show, we have performers, musicians, singers, really have a great variety of performers all across the United States. If people are interested, which I hope you all are, right? Wink, wink. You can go to the website, believeyoucan.live. Since I'm from Pennsylvania, I'm a member of the National Federation of the Blind of Pennsylvania. And within each affiliate, there are any number of local chapters. In Pennsylvania, there's at least a good 10 to 12 chapters.
Hello everyone on Blind Abilities. Today I'm talking to Harriet Go, and Harriet is a good friend of mine out here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Harriet, how's it going today?
Hey Simon, I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. It's great to have you on. Harriet, you are the president of the Keystone Chapter of the National Federation of the Blind of Pennsylvania.
Correct.
And just for the listeners to know, I am a member of the Keystone Chapter. I have been involved in NFB, as all of you know, for many years, and I've been involved in the Keystone Chapter for all those years, and I am on the board of the Keystone Chapter. So me and Harriet work very closely together, and we have for many years. So Harriet, it's great to be with you on tonight. So Harriet, can you talk to the listeners a little bit about the Keystone Chapter and just kind of give a general overview, and maybe give a general overview of the NFB, because if people are new, not knowing about the NFB, you can kind of introduce them.
Sure. That's actually a great place to start. Thanks, Simon. First of all, thanks to you for inviting me to do this. I'm really excited to be here and to share about what we do. So the NFB, the National Federation of the Blind, is a national organization, and it's a consumer organization, nonprofit. We truly have a positive philosophy about blindness and about blind people and the capabilities of blind people. And our organization is headquartered in Baltimore, Maryland, and in each state in the United States, along with Alaska, Puerto Rico, and the District of Columbia and Hawaii, we have an affiliate of the National Federation of the Blind. So since I'm from Pennsylvania, I'm a member of the National Federation of the Blind of Pennsylvania. And within each affiliate, there are any number of local chapters. In Pennsylvania, there's at least a good 10 to 12 chapters. And the chapter that I belong to is called the Keystone Chapter of the National Federation of the Blind of Pennsylvania. But every affiliate has local chapters, and that really is the heart of the work that we do here in the Federation. A lot of the local activities and the community outreach activities and educational engagements with our community and with other blind people happen at the local level, since the local level is where people can get together and put together programs or activities or even community service outreach efforts within the community and in the larger sighted community as a whole. I've been a member of the Keystone Chapter for now 17 years or so. I started around when I graduated high school. That's really kind of the broader overview of the National Federation and the organizational structure. But yes, that's the general gist of the organization itself.
Okay, great. So why don't you talk to the listeners about what the Keystone Chapter does that's kind of unique to us and some of the activities that we do, some fundraising and what those efforts go to.
Okay, sure. Like I said, we do a lot of outreach activities. In our philosophy, the National Federation of the Blind's philosophy, we not only believe that blind people can achieve their dreams and hopes and their aspirations at the same level or even better than our sighted counterparts. That's mainly our biggest philosophy. With training and positive network and role models, we can do all the things that we want to do in life. We also believe that part of doing that, being able to do that, is to give back to our community. So a lot of times we help to educate our community about blindness and what blind people are capable of when given a chance and given training. We really want to show our sighted communities that. And we also do that through outreach activities where we give back to the community. We don't want to perpetuate the stigma that blind people just are recipients of donations and services and programs, but we also want to show that if we can compete on terms of equality, we have to participate equally in our community. And to do that, we have to give back to our community. So some of the things that we do are we've had informational sessions where we talk to people about our organization as a whole and what we do. Also on the state level and at the chapter level, we give them literature. We talk to them individually about, their experiences. Maybe they might know someone who's blind or who's losing their vision. So we share our message and hopefully help them to realize that blindness is not the end of the world and that they or their loved ones or their friends can continue a life that's meaningful and that's productive. So we have informational seminars, even something as simple as like an informational table at a health fair maybe, or at a community fair type activities. We've done those in the past. Also have a partnership with a local school for the blind. The school's name is called St. Lucie Day School for Children with Visual Impairments. And currently right now they actually partner with a school for the deaf called Archbishop Ryan Academy for the deaf. So right now it's a partnership between those two schools, and it's a private school which educates students from kindergarten through 8th grade. I'm sorry, they have preschool through 8th grade, and the majority of the students are blind or visually impaired. There's a few deaf students, and we partner with them to build a relationship with the staff and the students as well. We'll do things like Braille carnivals. We'll celebrate Louis Braille's birthday. We've done things like sponsored holiday parties during the holiday season, and even sponsor students during graduation, like by giving them recognition and cards and things like that to recognize their accomplishments. So that's one of our bigger activities that we do, is partnering with St. Lucie's, and it's great that they're all students and they're learning, their Braille and technology and orientation and mobility skills. But we also want to provide them with that positive adult role model presence in their lives, because a lot of the students don't have that. A lot of blind students are the only blind people in their family or in their neighborhood, and they don't see very many, if any at all, blind adult role models. So indirectly, we're providing them with these intangible networks and these things that you can't get through like a Braille carnival or a holiday party. So we really want to show them that we believe in them by being a part of their school programming, so that they can see that they can reach their dreams too. And just because they're blind doesn't mean they can't do that.
Oh, that's great. I have had some coverage of some things from St. Lucie's School, and that is the school that I went to for my grade school, and you went to as well, Harriet, right?
I did as well.
And I can say that really strikes a chord with me, because I found out about the NFB through St. Lucie's, so I think it's great that we do this work with them. So why don't we transition to talking about the big event that's coming up in a couple of weeks?
Sure. Okay. The National Federation of the Blind, we have a month that we dedicate to doing community service and outreach activities like this called Meet the Blind Month. And it's actually here. It starts in October. So throughout the month of October, local chapters throughout the country of the National Federation of the Blind, we are gearing up to hold events, activities, fundraisers, community engagements, with COVID going on and everything, and people not being able to socially gather, it was really hard for our chapter to come up with an activity where we had to, be mindful of social distancing guidelines. So we did a lot of brainstorming, and actually we came up with this really, really awesome idea. And the idea is to hold a virtual talent show, which is it's really a unique idea. I think we're the first chapter to do this, a virtual talent show. And we came up with a title. It's called Believe You Can, which really encompasses the whole philosophy of the NFB and our mission. So this talent show, like I said, is going to be all virtual. We have performers, musicians, singers, even spoken word artists, a lot of them reading their own original poetry. We have dancing, we have dramatizations, and we have such a wide variety of talent that's scheduled for this virtual talent show. We have pop to country to even musicals and classical or jazz type singers, so we have something really to fit everybody's taste in terms of music and dance and spoken word. We have a violin player, we have a piano player, we even have someone who's doing clogging, which is really interesting. So we really have a great variety of performers, and the performers are all across the United States, which is like such an amazing thing, because had it been non-virtual, we wouldn't have reached such a range of performers. So the fact that it's being virtual already is really a positive action, because we have people from all across the country who are performing. We're really excited about this, and even though COVID is still going on, it's not going to stop us from doing our work in the Federation, which is to spread the positive attitude and philosophy about blindness and what blind people can achieve. This talent show also acts as a fundraiser for Meet the Blind Month, so that we can continue doing the work that we do in our organization and at the local chapter level.
Oh, yes, that's great. The very important thing to take away from this is for people to be lifted up and uplifted in this time of COVID. And I think that's kind of really what we're doing through this talent show and through all the virtual things that we've been doing. Can you tell the listeners when it's going to be and talk about tickets and pricing and things like that?
Sure. Can't forget that, right?
Yes.
Yes. So we are so excited about this talent show, and this will be presented via Zoom. Anybody, anywhere with internet connection or a phone, either a mobile or a landline, can join the talent show. The talent show takes place on October 17th from 7 o'clock onwards. And the price is $10 for an individual ticket or $25 for a watch party ticket. So you could have anywhere from 3 people to 14 or 15, any number of people you want, as long as it's a socially distanced gathering. So that's it, just $10 for individuals or $25 for a group ticket. And, once you purchase the ticket via our website, which I'll give it in a second, you'll get the Zoom link / phone number to dial into for the talent show. You'll get that within a week of the talent show. Like I said, this is also a great opportunity for us to do fundraising to support the things that we do and to keep giving back to our community, and to also help blind people themselves who might not have such a positive philosophy about their blindness or what they can do. This also really helps us to provide them with the resources that they need to get themselves up and back on their feet or start their lives. So yeah, if people are interested, which I hope you all are, right? Wink, wink. You can go to the website, believeyoucan.live, and Believe You Can is all one word or no spaces, not case sensitive, believeyoucan.live to purchase tickets and to find out more information about the show.
Yeah, and I think it's really kind of cool that we have the domain name .live. It's kind of a cool name, and I think that we kind of got that idea because it's going to be a live show. But as I'm sitting here thinking, I think that can be also interpreted as believe you can live, which is kind of something that we say as our philosophy, living our life. So believe you can live. It's kind of a double meaning there. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. It's pretty neat that it just happened to come out that way, And when we were looking for a domain name, believeyoucan.com was actually taken. So it was kind of a good coincidence that it ended up believeyoucan.live or believeyoucan.live.
Cool.
And yeah.
Right.
So it's pretty interesting that you noted that, because, just living, it doesn't just mean just to exist. Living our lives doesn't mean, yes, we're alive, and, we have people doing everything for us. I mean, granted, everybody needs help at some point in their lives, but to have help for every single thing, that's not what the NFB believe. We believe that we can live the life that we want to live. We can travel to places. We can get from our houses to work or school or to the store, to the park, or wherever we need to go, or to an NFB chapter. Yeah, we believe that we can do it, and we can hold jobs. We can go to school, go to college, and compete with our sighted counterparts. We can travel and engage in social activities with our communities. We can have families. We can retire and enjoy the benefits of retirement. So we believe that we can engage in all those things just like our sighted counterparts. Yeah, and to really do those things would really be to live.
Yes, to live fully. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So why don't we talk about some other things with this? I believe that there's going to be some voting involved for a prize.
Yeah, so it's not just a show just to watch. People are also invited to interact with the show. As a fun little competition we built into the talent show is at the end of all the acts in the talent show, people can vote for their favorite one. And the act that gets the most votes will get first prize. The act that gets the second most votes will get second prize. And then the third most voted act will obviously get third prize. And they are cash prizes. First place is $75. Second place is $50. And third place is $25. So it's kind of a neat little incentive. It's kind of fun to interact with the audience and have them have a say in this little friendly competition. Yeah, so we also built up some fun in it. And we're really hoping that this activity will be a great success, not just as a fundraiser, but in terms of helping our communities see blind people doing just, their part to give back to the community. And we encourage everyone and anyone to come to the talent show, whether you're blind or sighted, old or young. We encourage everybody. This is not just for blind people. We really want to reach out even further to our sighted community. So I really want to encourage everybody to share our website, BelieveYouCan.live, to your networks and your communities of friends and families and coworkers and classmates and neighbors, relatives. We really hope that you will help us to spread the word out about this effort and share with others the positive philosophy. And if anything, it'll be just purely great entertainment. It's going to be a good time.
Oh, yes. I also think, like you were saying, Harriet, that this is for the blind, but it's also for the sighted because it's a Meet the Blind month. So that's kind of who we're targeting on this too. So if people would like to share this on their Facebook or their Twitter or Instagram, any kind of social media that people have, if they would like to share about the message and you can share the podcast, then you could do that. And when will the window for buying tickets close?
So the tickets are ongoing right now, and they're closing actually just the day before the talent show, so October 16th.
Okay. We can post it on our show notes. Folks, just a side note, I will be singing at the talent show, and I was going to say when I'm going to be singing, but now I think just come to the show. You'll have to find out. I'll leave you in suspense. That'll be a reason
there you
for
go.
you to
Give
come
them
to
a
the show
little.
and see it.
Yeah,
So,
if you all want to hear what Simon is singing, come on over to the talent show. It's going to be a great time. You'll get to be entertained by so many different and wonderful performers and artists. And, one of them is Simon. So come on out and just support him as well.
oh, yes. Very nice. Is there something else you'd like to say, Harriet?
Yeah, so I just want to say, the NFB is, really a positive organization. And what really sets us apart is the fact that we are blind people running the organization, and we are speaking for ourselves. We are not a group of sighted people who are dictating and assuming what blind people need. We are speaking up for ourselves, we're advocating for ourselves, and we're also giving back to others. It's a great organization to be a part of, to learn about, and also to support. Any publication or word spreading that the listeners can do and help support us with would be really, really greatly appreciated. And if you aren't able to spread the word because you don't have Facebook or social media like that, please just come to the talent show yourself and invite your friends and family and have a great time. Get some takeout, have kind of like a little talent show party, and enjoy yourself and have a great time. And it's a Saturday night, so it'll be a great way to spend the Saturday night together with friends watching this talent show. And thank you so much, Simon, for offering to do this podcast with me. I really appreciate your help in spreading the word and encouraging people to attend this talent show, because by supporting us, you're supporting the work that we do and supporting the philosophy of the National Federation of the Blind. So thank you so much.
Last thing before we head out, before we close, I wanted for you to talk about this a little bit, about how we're doing our chapter meetings virtual right now. So if people wanted to join our meetings that we have for our chapter meetings, is that something they can do?
Yeah.
And you provide contact information so people can contact the chapter?
Absolutely. So we're still having our monthly meetings, and instead of being face-to-face meetings, we are doing them virtually. So we're doing them virtually through Zoom, and they are the second Saturday of every month, starting at 10 o'clock a.m. And they usually last about till a little after 12 or 12:15-ish. So if people are interested in just learning more about our organization, don't have to be blind to attend our chapter meetings. Please come to our Keystone Chapter meetings. My email address is goharriet00@hotmail.com. So that's goharriet00@hotmail.com. I hope you all take the time to attend one of our chapter meetings and learn more about us and what we do.
Thank you, Harriet. And folks, please come out to Believe You Can, and we will believe that you can come out to support us and support the organization of the Federation. It's a lot of good work, and you'll get to hear me sing. So if you like how I sound on the podcast, you might like how I sing. But you never know if you don't come out. So please come out and buy a ticket on Zoom. It's going to be well worth it. And thank you, Harriet, for coming on again.
Thank you so much, Simon.
And folks, we'll talk to you on Zoom.
The talent show takes place on October 17th from 7 o'clock onwards. You can go to the website believeyoucan.live.
And for more podcasts with the blindness perspective, check us out on the web at www.blindabilities.com, on Twitter at blindabilities, and give us a call at 612-367-6093. Leave us a message and let us know if we can put your voice on the next podcast. Drop us an email at info@blindabilities.com. And download the free Blind Abilities app from the App Store and Google Play Store. That's 2 words, Blind Abilities. A big shout out to Chichow for his beautiful music. You can follow Chichow on Twitter at LChichow. Be sure to contact your state services for the blind, your voc rehab, and find out what they can do for you. Live, work, read, succeed. And from all of us here at Blind Abilities, through these challenging times, to you, your family, and friends, stay well, stay informed, and stay strong. I want to thank you for listening. Hope you enjoyed. And until next time, bye-bye.
When we share
what we see
through each other's eyes, we can then begin to bridge the gap between
the limited expectations and the realities of blind abilities.
The realities of blind abilities.
For more podcasts with a blindness perspective, check us out on the web at www.blindabilities.com, on Twitter at blindabilities. Download our app from the App Store, Blind Abilities, that's 2 words, or send us an email at info@blindabilities.com. Thanks for listening.